What's up, YouTube? BK with BK Gaming 9000 here. It is Friday. You know what that means. It's the vendor reset. So all the vendors are going to be changing throughout the base of operations as well as the dark zone. We will be visiting the dark zone as well as the base of operations, which is where we're at right now. So if you found this video helpful, a like would be much appreciated. Subscribe for more Division video in the future. 1.6 is hopefully going to be rolling out soon within the next month or so. And we can get going with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this vendor reset. So we're going to skip down to the most important weapons here, which starting off is the Police 686 Magnum with Expert and Vicious on it. That's actually a pretty decent roll. We have Navy MP5N with Vicious, Capable, and Ferocious. I can see that being a pretty decent PvE weapon. The only one that I would probably think about re-rolling would be Vicious, because with an SMG, you're going to be running up and close and personal, and you'll probably be taking lots of damage really quick, so might want to re-roll that. We have an Enhanced ACRE with a Meticulous, Brutal, and Unforgiving. Again, that's actually not that bad of a roll, except for the fact that I don't have Meticulous unlocked. I would probably change that anyway, but Brutal is kind of like one of those, if you can get headshots, go ahead and pick it up, but if you can't, just move on. So next we have the Black Market SASG-12S with Predatory, Adept, and Accurate. We have the SRS-A1, which is a marksman rifle with Talented, Capable, and Swift. I would probably pass on that. And we have the Light Machine Gun MG5 with Prepared, Swift, and Destructive. And I can see this being a pretty decent PvE weapon as well, with the Destructive and Swift, so that you can get more bullets out faster. Even the Prepared, if you're a long distance type person, you're just picking people off from a distance and you're running the Alpha Bridge set, you can get other talents like Critical and Deadly and Brutal on there, and then you can just go ham from far away. So moving on to the clothing, we have the Spec Ops mask, we have Rejuvenated, it is a stamina roll. We're going to be rolling through these. We have a Striker's mask, stamina roll. We have a Lone Star mask, which is a firearms roll. We have a Spec Ops armor with Forceful, increase armor by 15% while the user's signature skill is active. That is a firearms roll as well. We have an Alpha Bridge chest piece, which is not that great considering the armor is really low. If you were able to get the one from last week, you were lucky, because that chest piece was pretty decent. This armor roll is pretty horrible too as well. But you can always re-roll for armor instead of like protection from elites. You can always roll for armor, especially when dealing with that stuff. So we have a Tactical Pack with Inventive, increase skill power by 15% while at full health. We have Predator's Mark Backpack. We have a Hunter's Faith Backpack. We have Tactical Pads with Headshot Kills grant credits. This could be decent for DZ if you farm for the DZ credits. Tactical's Authority knee pads at the Nomad. Final Measure knee pads rolled towards stamina, which a lot of people like. Firecrest knee pads, which is also rolled towards stamina, and it has an extra 3,723 health, which can be good for you guys wanting to run high stamina. We have an Operator holster with Nimble, Deadeye quick draw holster. That one's kind of iffy. It's got okay armor, but the rest of it can use improvement. We have Operator glove rolled towards electronics with Savage on it. It has assault rifle damage, critical hit chance, and damage to elites on it. So that's actually not that bad. I would probably re-roll the electronics for, say, stamina, but I do have a high Savage pair of gloves somewhere else, so I probably won't be using that at all. So we have a Sentry's Call gloves rolled towards firearms, Reclaimer gloves rolled towards firearms, Banshee gloves rolled towards firearms, and the D3 FNC gloves, which is rolled towards stamina, which can be very good as well. I see a lot of people using this one as well in PvE and PvP. So moving on to the mods, we have Prototype Electronics mod, which is plus 3% signature ability resource gain, which is the other attribute, which is pretty decent. We have a Prototype Performance mod, which is plus 4% mobile cover damage resilience. So for those of you who run mobile cover, say in like missions and stuff like that, this could be your performance mod to put on your gear while you're trying to take out those heavy mobs and trying to farm those things. So moving on to the weapon mods, we have a High Velocity magazine. We have a Flash Hider, which can be good. I'm going to be checking those out, comparing mine between that one. We have a Small Grip with red, and then the T2 Micro Red Dot sight, which also can be pretty decent. So I'm going to compare those. And then after that, we have our sealed caches. So moving on over here, we have the special blueprints vendor. We're going to be seeing what blueprints he has for the 256 and 34 level gear. He's got the military M9 blueprint, another MG5 blueprint, the electronics mask blueprint, the firearms gloves blueprint. Remember, this is also 256, so if you want to try to roll some 256 Savage gloves, roll towards firearms, this will be your best bet. We have the high velocity magazine, the quick release magazine, a performance gear mod, which is always good. And then we have the SRS A1 blueprint starting for the 229. So the performance gear mod is actually pretty decent. I might pick one of those up because I was in need of looking for one for my backpack. So let's go ahead and move on upstairs. Alright, agents, so we are upstairs here at the advanced weaponry vendor. Let's go ahead and see what he's got for us today. So moving down here, he's got the P×4 Storm Type F pistol with expert and brutal. That's actually pretty decent. I actually like this pistol a lot, so if you enjoy this pistol as much as I do, I would probably pick that up. He's got the tactical AUG A3P with unforgiving, responsive, and commanding. The responsive is nice and commanding is nice as well, but the unforgiving, again, is kind of like a double standard. You know, you are going to be up and close with this, so you will be in the last two health segments a lot, but I wouldn't rely on being in those health segments in case you find someone or something that comes along and just rips you apart. We have a military SA58 with responsive, talented, and brutal. Also not bad. I'd probably re-roll talented for something different, but it's also not bad. We have the military M870, which is a shotgun with dominant, ferocious, and competent. We have the surplus SVD, which is probably my new favorite marksman rifle. So if you haven't used this marksman rifle before and you get one, test it out. Trust me, it feels like an M1A, but to me, it's a lot better. It has dominant, deadly, and disciplined. Dominant is kind of okay. I'm not really into using a lot of skill power, but deadly on this is pretty good. I re-rolled mine, worked mine around. I'll show you mine if you guys are interested. Just let me know in the comments down below. Next, we have the MG5 of commanding, determined, and fierce. We have a quick release magazine, a large suppressor, a vertical grip, and a T2 micro red dot sight again here. So, like I said before, I like to go and check out the vendors over here in the front of the base of operations. Let's go ahead and start with the Dark Zone vendor over here. Instead of the backpack, he's selling gloves. So first off, with the weapon, he's selling the M870 Express with responsive, meticulous, and dominant. He's selling the tactical gloves with cunning, and it is rolled towards firearms. After reloading, the next shot with this weapon has a 10% higher critical hit chance. And he's selling a performance mod with plus 6.5% turret health, which is pretty good. He's also selling a loud vent break as well. So moving on over here to the other vendor, we're going to start with the weapons and then move on to the gear vendor here. Starting with the weapon vendor, rolling down there, he's selling the Tactical Vector 45 ACP with unforgiving, vicious, and destructive. I don't like that weapon, so I'll move on from that. He's selling the Vertical Grip, which isn't too bad, too horrible. Moving on to the gear vendor, the yellow he's selling is the Tactical Gloves with Astute, rolled towards electronics. You can just forget about it, in my opinion, because everyone knows how I feel about Astute. And then he's also selling the Prototype Performance mod with plus 5.5% sticky bomb explosion radius. So if you are one of those who uses sticky bombs, regardless if they're BMB or if they are flash grenades, that will be useful for you. So let's go ahead and jump to the Dark Zone. Okay, agents, so we're here in DZ02. Let's go ahead and see what the Dark Zone gear vendor has for us today. So starting off, we have the Spec Ops mask with Tenacious, rolled towards stamina. We have the Gunslinger's vest with Robust, increased armor while uncovered by 10%, also rolled towards stamina, which is pretty decent. It has decent armor on it too already, so not like the best, but not bad. We have the Spec Ops pack where Technical, rolled towards stamina as well, increased skill power by 15% while the signature skill is active. Tactical pads, headshot kills grant credits with stamina. Spec Ops holster, low stamina on that one with recovered. And then tactical gloves with decisive, rolled towards electronics. So let's go ahead and move on over to DZ03. Okay, agents, so we're here in DZ03. Let's go ahead and see what they have for us today. So moving on to the important stuff, we have the 5.86 Magnum with Expert Toxic. We have Enhanced AUG A3P with Sustained, Responsive, and Talented. Again, I would probably reroll talented or something like that. It is a nice perk, but I probably wouldn't use it. We have an enhanced ACRE with destructive, focused, and competent. We have a military M870 with deadly, meticulous, and commanding. The M700 carbon with talented, sustained, and elevated. And then we have the infantry MG5 with unforgiving, prepared, and capable. So nothing really here that is worth it. I will see you guys in DZ04. Okay, agents, so we're here in DZ04. Let's go ahead and see what the gear mod vendor has for us today. So we have a prototypes firearms mod with pretty decent. It's got plus armor as well, so that is actually pretty decent. I'm actually going to pick that up because I want that. And then we have a prototype performance mod with a plus 7% mobile cover health. So if you run the mobile cover, this will be for you. I do not, so I will not use it. So let's head on over to DZ05. Alright, agents, so we're here in DZ05. Let's see what the weapon mod vendor has for us today. So right off the bat, they got the high velocity magazine. We got the Omega rifle suppressor. We have the hand stop FDE. And then we have the Russian red dot sight, which I like the red dot sights out of all the sights in the game. So that could be something to look at if you're interested. So that is it here. Let's go ahead and move on over to DZ06. Alright, agents, so we're here in DZ06. Let's see what the special vendor has for us today. Starting out, we have a Firecrest ammo tracking mask with 886 armor, which is not that great. It is rolled towards electronics. We have the D3 FNC vest, which is also pretty low in the armor standard, which has a stamina roll. We have a Sentry's Call backpack, which is rolled towards firearms. We have a Tactician's Authority knee pad, which is pretty decent in the armor roll, and it is rolled towards electronics. So if anything, I would probably re-roll that for stamina for my build because I'm not a skill power build. But if you like that, this is actually pretty decent. We have a holster of the Nomad, which is protection from elites. It's kind of low for the stamina and electronics, but decent for the firearms. And then we have the Tactician's Authority gloves, which is rolled towards electronics. And it's kind of like the mid-card armor there. So not bad. And then we have the Dark Zone Sealed Cache. So that'll do it for the vendor resets for this week. If you guys enjoyed this video, once again, a like would be super appreciated. And I will check you guys in the next one. Peace.